Deadpool is coming out soon, so let's talk about the piece of shit movie that he first appeared in.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, Psycho Anarchy here with a very special movie review for you. X-Men Origins Wolverine. The freaking movie that could have derailed comic book movies after the glorious year of 2008. Now, before I go fucking apeshit crazy on this movie, let's just look at what we were up to at that point, briefly. 2000, in 2003, 2004, we had X-Men. X-Men United, all that shit. Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2. We had 4 fantastic comic movies. 2007, we had Spider-Man 3, which was dog shit. Kinda. And X3, which was also dog shit. 2008, we had Iron Man, and The Dark Knight, and The Incredible Hulk, which was meh, but still. In 2009, we get this fucking movie. This thing that nearly ruined the X-Men. So starting off, this plot is, if you haven't guessed it, it's Origins Wolverine. This is how Wolverine became Wolverine. This is how he got his adamantium fucking bone skeleton claws and all that shit. So we meet Wolverine as a young boy named Jimmy and his older brother Victor, who's aka Sabretooth, which have one of the most interesting, complicated relationships in comic books. These two have been fighting it out ever since, I believe, the 70s and 80s, which they have quite a history. This movie, I don't know what went wrong, really. The plot at first interested me, showing Sabretooth and Wolverine through the Civil War, World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, and then they get recruited by Stryker suddenly. It's like, oh, well, some of the reasons why is like, oh, I like your expertise, I'm assembling a special task force of mutants and all that stuff, and I somewhat enjoyed it when I was at that time. And I still do. Like, the first 30 minutes, I have no problem with all that shit. Then I meet the mutants, and some of them are just, I have no fucking clue who half these mutants are. It's like Fox scraped the bottom of a barrel just to... What are you guys fucking doing? Fox scraped the bottom of the fucking barrel here. Like, Blob, this other fucking Nightcrawler guy with the cowboy hats, this guy who can control technology, and this guy who has supreme accuracy, and then we have Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson, Deadpool, who's one of the coolest fucking characters in comic books ever. And at first, you instantly see everyone's annoyed with him. He's just like, oh, and when he's talking, they're just like, Jesus Christ, do you ever shut up? Like, shut up, Wade. All that stuff. You'd be a good soldier if you had that, you hadn't had that mouth of you on yours, Wade. And then I'm like, at first I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This movie has some promise because it has, you know, Wade Wilson in it. He's talking to Mark with the mouth and all that shit. And when he speaks, I'm like, you know what he says is kind of funny. But then Hugh Jackman's Wolverine walks away from an op that gets too bloody, and then he goes to Canada, because he is Canadian, and that's when the movie just starts, what the fuck happened? Like, what the fuck happened? It went from action op, he's like, I'm trying to get away from it all, and the romance with him and the girl, I don't even remember her name, she's a mutant apparently, spoiler alert, this is spoilers, and just, like, apparently she's a super secret agent sent to spy on him or something, and it's like one of the complicated shit that you never really, it's not presented properly. Like, you've seen this before, most likely, where it's like, a secret agent girl or guy sent to spy on an ex-agent. They force themselves onto the other guy to get a relationship, but it turns out the secret agent then falls in love with him or her, and then they start regretting everything they do, but they still do it regardless, and just, like, the way it was presented was fucking awful. And don't even get me started on Hugh Jackman's screams of fear. It's like, oh my god, dude. That's all he does in the entire movie. Like, from point A to point B. So, getting onward, Stryker, I never lost sight of you, Logan. Like, oh, Sabretooth's gone rogue. You need to help us come back and, you know, take him out. And Sabretooth kills his girl. And then Wolverine has no choice but to go back to him. And then he has the freaking adamantium. You see, the problem with this movie is the continuity. Is that he remembers what happened to him. Whereas in X2, they show that, oh, he remembers the experiment, but nothing else before that. He forgot everything during the experiment. In this one, before I do that, quickly let me say, X-Men continuity in the movies is just as confusing as comic book continuity in general. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I can't tell what's what. So anyway, Wolverine gets the experiment. He remembers everything that happens. He has his metal claws. He's like, I'm after both Stryker and Sabretooth and all that shit. It's just, and it's ridiculous. We see Easter eggs of Cyclops and Emma Frost later on, but that's not important. This movie doesn't make any sense to me, because all Hugh Jackman does, go here, do something in this area, go there, do something in that area, go this way, go that way, I swear to God, while some people will say, oh, there's something linear here, I really have no fucking clue what was happening half the movie. Like, I know he was gonna go after Sabretooth regardless because he killed his girl or whatever, but other than that, this movie just made no sense to me. It's like, what the fuck is happening? I really am trying to figure out why he's going here. Oh, he needs help from one of his old war buddies who doesn't want to help him, but does regardless and all that shit. And just... Hang on, I'm sorry. I need to catch a moment. Anyway, moving on, I have, like, after a myriad of bullshit regarding him going back to his buddies, fighting Blob and all that bullshit, we get to one of the coolest parts. What could have actually been the coolest parts of the movie is when we meet Remy LeBeau, aka Gambit. Now, I think Ernst Kishner, I'm trying to remember the actor's name. He plays Gambit. And the thing is, he could have played a great Gambit. He could have played a fantastic Gambit. But he didn't. They wrote him wrong. He was probably one of the more interesting aspects of the movie, save for the fact that his accent just kept dropping on and off, on and off. I'm wondering, like, what the fuck are you? What the fuck are you? Are you French? What? I don't get you. So Gambit gets fucking royally fucked. And in the end, he helps get Wolverine to the fucking island where the experimentation happened. All that shit. Blah, 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 blah. And anyways, when we get there, Wolverine, like, finds out, like, oh, my girlfriend's actually alive! All that stuff. Like, I was your Koi Kawatsu Wolverine, all that stuff. And then he starts freeing everybody. We see Emma Frost, we see Cyclops, and then fucking Sabretooth and Wolverine get into a fight. But Wolverine, because he has adamantium, is suddenly stronger, faster, and better than Sabretooth. Movie logic at its finest. Like, that makes any fucking sense to me. And then after that, we finally get to see Barakapool, the ultimate slap in the face to all comic book fans. When you shut Deadpool's mouth, you don't fucking do that. You fuck up. Like, he had, like, the fucking swords coming out of his arms. Like, how the hell did that even fit in there? Mutant bullshit in my ass. That makes no sense. And he's just, like... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, thinking of that makes me want to cry and slowly puke my balls out and all that other shit, because that was the biggest fucking slap in the face. That was the worst mistake Fox and Marvel ever made. How dare you do that to fucking... Just, Jesus, you fucked that up! So the movie ends with Wolverine getting shot in the head with an adamantium bullet. I'm instantly suffering from amnesia. What is happening? Who are you? Who is that? Who's this girl on the ground? I don't know. I could superhero from anything except an adamantium bullet to the head. Like, that makes sense. And this movie just ends. The Professor X Easter, all that shit, is just like, whatever. It just doesn't look good. I really don't know what went wrong with this movie. The Easter egg didn't help. I'm just so happy that Ryan Reynolds, for 10 years, maybe even more, because he said, it's his words, not mine, that he struggled and fought to get this character as Deadpool made as who he is, Deadpool. And we're getting that February 12th. And just to be quick, guys, never see this movie. This movie is an insult to comic book movies. It's not as bad as Batman vs. Robin. I mean, Batman and Robin. But, dear God, is it up there. Fan force take Batman and Robin. It's just... Fuck this movie. Fuck everything about it. Hugh Jackman, you're still a great Wolverine. You always will be Wolverine. But, boy, oh boy, did shit turn out bad there?